Can't.
I know it's not good.
Yeah, I know it's that.
We need to get rid of this. Put up the little thing.
Hey guys, I am DC, your host of Barside Jive Live. Today is Tuesday, January 28, 2020. And I know we don't have an official pork rind sponsor, but
We need one.
we need one.
We
'Cause
need one.
these fuckers aren't bad when you're really, really hungry.
There you
A
go.
Whataburger, it'd be really good.
Whataburger, you know what?
Whataburger would be
or
great.
Taco Casa,
Taco Casa.
be great sponsors.
It would be.
Because I could do either one.
Yeah. Except the tacos would crunch in the microphone.
Yeah, but
Whataburger.
burritos.
Burritos would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do
I
burritos.
need to talk Taco Casa.
We do. Because they're just right around the corner, right?
Well, they're up midway. About
Midway, up Midway.
about 3 signal lights up. So right now it's probably about a 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
Normally it's about a 30.
Okay.
You're in traffic.
Well, we get them to sponsor a Whataburger. That'd be great. Let's work on
Oh,
that.
it'd be. Oh, yeah.
Let's work on it this week.
Wouldn't have to eat those pork rinds.
No.
I mean, they're not bad, but I digress. Okay, guys. So we are happy that you chose to hang out here with us for my Tuesday night show at the very cool Vocal Media Studios in North Dallas, Texas. This show happens at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time every freaking Tuesday and features some of the very best tribute and cover bands in the U.S. of A. By the way, you can now download my shows on Apple, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Twitch, Spreaker, Google Podcast, TuneIn, and Deezer. I don't even have a clue what half of those are. I just do what I'm told. In fact, if you can hear me now as a podcast, you can actually see us by going to vocalnow.com. And remember, vocal is intentionally misspelled with a K.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then click the Barside Jive image at the top of your browser, top of the app, and there you go. Come right into the show. And you can always watch this show live on my Facebook channel or YouTube because it's generally there. Also, all of my content is on demand, youtube.com, Barside Jive Live. And remember, guys, that Barside Jive is sponsored by
The Zoo.
On Vocal.
Yeah, vocalnow.com. You can get the zoo 24/7, 365. And I'm talking about the same zoo from 1973 to about 1989 for all you zoo freaks. And you still get the same stuff, the classic rock, the deep cuts, the B-sides, the last tracks, the stuff you're never going to hear on the FM stations because they're too busy playing all those freaking commercials, right? Like 7 to 8 minutes between the songs. And who can stand that crap? Now, tonight, I have a special guest. I have Double Vision in the studio. But first, my rock music news segment is brought to you by Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco Shop located in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas.
Crunch, crunch.
Tonight, their featured cigar is, this is a good one, guys, the 40 Creek cigar. The 40 Creek cigar is crafted with the same meticulous attention to the detail as the whiskey itself. Constructed with long leaf tobacco grown in the Dominican Republic from Cuban seed, each cigar is handmade and aromatically seasoned with 40 Creek Canadian whiskey. The cigar is then sealed in a glass tube. That's right, guys, a glass tube. So no humidor required. And it retains its unique flavor and aroma within this glass tube. With this protective packaging, these cigars stay fresh and, again, never require a humidor. So go see Kenny, Tom, or Den at Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco for all your smoking needs. Now let's talk some rock and roll. Sammy Hagar. Sammy Hagar.
The Red Rocker.
That's right.
Going
the Red
back out
Rocker.
on tour.
I Can't Drive 55. Yep, he's teases a summer tour with Whitesnake and Night Ranger. Sammy Hagar and the Circle, not Chickenfoot, but the Circle, are planning a summer 2020 tour with Whitesnake and Night Ranger. The frontman teased the still unannounced trek on Friday, January 24th, prior to the Music Cares Person of the Year Gala honoring Aerosmith. Let's just watch a freaking clip. Here we go. There.
I wondered, though, you mentioned there that you're nervous to get on that stage to some degree. Whether you're joking or not, it's interesting to hear that you're nervous because you've done so much. But what are you most excited about? Not only just tonight, but things that are going on in your life right now that you have coming up.
Oh, well, we have an announcement. We're going to do a 3940 city tour coming up in July. So the announcement's being made Monday. I'm very excited about that with my band, The Circle. We made a record last year. We had a #1 album. In my whole career, in Van Halen, we had all #1 albums, but the solo artists never had a top 10 record, and we had #4 in one category, #1 in 3 categories. And that was a big deal for me, so I'm going to support that record again this year. We did 30 shows last year. I'm going to do 39, 49 shows. And the reason I'm doing more is because I feel really good. You know, I wanted to go out and see if I could have the energy and enthusiasm to sing every night. Not every night, but sing 3 or 4 nights a week, and still want to do it. And I did, when the tour was over last year, I went, I was having a
you
good
felt like
time.
you wanted more.
And I felt like we were getting in stride. So anyway, I committed to a 39 city tour, which will end up in 45 or 50. And Whitesnake's on the tour with us, and Night Ranger. It's kind of classic rock. But you got 2 singers like David Coverdale and my voice. We got the same fans.
Yeah. How different is touring now versus, say, 30 years ago? Like, is the bus a little different? Are you in hotels versus, slumming it on a tour bus?
Well, we have our own plane, so.
Okay.
So Sammy said, if you missed it, that we're going to do a 3940 city tour coming up in July. The announcement's being made Monday. It's already been made. I'm very excited about that. Whitesnake's on tour with us and Night Rangers, so it's kind of classic rock.
It'd be great.
You figure?
Yeah.
It'd be a great show.
Mm-hmm.
You've got 2 singers like David Coverdale and Sammy Hagar. But, they've got the same fans, so it's a huge show.
A huge show.
Hagar said that the Circle bandmates, former Van Halen bassist Michael Anthony, drummer Jason Bonham, and guitarist Vic Johnson wanted to build on the momentum of their high-charting debut LP 2019's Space Between. We had a #1 album, he said. In my whole career with Van Halen, we had all #1 albums, but as a solo artist, I never had a top 10 record.
Really?
Yeah. No kidding.
You almost said no shit.
How'd you know?
I know.
Okay. And we had #4 in one category and #1 in 3.
Cool.
What do you think about that?
I'm shocked. I thought he would have had more, #1s.
Yeah. No. And that was a big deal for him. So he said, I'm going to support that record again this year. The singer added that he currently feels really good and wants to see whether he has the energy and enthusiasm to sing for 3 or 4 nights a week. Whoa. When the tour was over last year, I went, I was having a good time, he said. And I felt like, that was because he said finger snaps. I'm like reading.
Finger snaps.
Yeah, and so I threw in some finger snaps because I wanted it to be realistic, organic,
That's cool.
and natural. Yeah.
Thank you for the sound effects.
Sure, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And I felt. Are you talking about my pork rinds?
No.
You're actually talking about the
finger snaps.
Finger snaps. Okay, cool. I'm pretty good at those.
You are. That's a good snap.
Yeah. And I felt like we were getting in stride, so I committed to a 39-city tour, which will end up about 45 or 50. Later that night at the Music Cares event, Hagar joined guitarist Orianthi to cover Aerosmith's Back in the Saddle. What a song. In February, he'll honor late rocker Eddie Money during a tribute show, also featuring Rick Springfield, woohoo, George Thorogood, John Waite, and Mickey Thomas. Sammy is 72 years old.
He looks great.
I know.
Doesn't he?
Looking good.
That tequila.
Yeah, he really does. Yeah, it's absolutely. Speaking of,
You're out.
I'm out. So keep on rocking, Sammy. Keep on rocking. Well, guys, that wraps my rock news for this Tuesday. And if you like my rock music news, then my Tuesday and Thursday show, 7:30 p.m., are the place to be. I'm telling you. My news is short to the point, no fluff, no PC, and it's all rock and roll. Unless we're talking about the Grammys or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it's usually about pop or R&B, and rock and roll's like not even on the list.
Should be Foreigner.
Yeah, should be. Plus, for you guys, I always try to throw in a few pictures, which I probably didn't. No, I threw in the one for with Hagar.
Okay.
No, it's a video. But I try to throw in some video and pictures for you guys because I know that, it helps pass the time. And you can relate to photos and videos. Now, if you like rock and roll history, then turn on and tune in to my daily dose of rock music by simply checking out my Facebook page, facebook.com, Barside Jive Live, or follow me on Twitter at Barside Jive. Okay, it is time for...
Whiskey, dust off the bottle, 'cause it's time to break out the good stuff. It's worth the price you pay. Line 'em up and let's take a shot. We got some drinking to do. Yeah, you know what'll hit the spot. Boy, you're my kind of booze.
Hey guys, it is Bree, your Tipsy Gypsy, coming to you live from Key West, Florida for the Mile Zero Music Festival. I am obviously not in studio this week, but don't worry, we still want you guys making awesome cocktails. So we went on a little field trip to the Stockyards to Now City Hall Saloon, where my boy Fabian is going to teach you how to make some awesome cocktails. Hope you enjoy this episode of Barside Jive.
So here at Now City Hall, one of the things we're really proud of is the heritage that we have here. That Fort Worth brings to Texas. When you think of Texas, you think of Fort Worth. Specifically, the one place everybody's mind goes to is the Stockyards. Coliseum's right down the street, and the amount of history, pride, and Americana that you're going to get here probably can't be beat anywhere else in the nation. That being said, this specific building was constructed in 1911. The history behind that and everything that's gone in and out to the people who have made their way in and out of this bar just speaks volumes. We have people from Bonnie and Clyde to Benny Binion to all sorts of ranch, oil, and railroad tycoons. Every single day we have people that come in here. They're not just wearing cowboy hats and boots because they look good. They're wearing cowboy hats and boots because it's their lifestyle. And we're proud to have that be a staple of what it is that we are. The owner of this building is actually the grandson of the original owner of the building. And it's argued that the location downstairs, possibly, is one of the 3 locations where Texas Hold'em poker actually originated. Pretty cool stuff, and we'll take a look at it downstairs later. You'll get your Coors Lights, you'll get your domestic beers, but one thing that's never overlooked is the fact that you'll have cowboys and ranchers and tourists making their way in here looking for a quality experience. And every single time, it's not just us giving them the experience, it's them supplying it to us. And that's what makes this bar something special. So what we do is, during those special times, is we create seasonal cocktail menus. And on that seasonal cocktail menu, one of them is called Hibernate with My Honey. This features in-house made turkey bacon, fat-washed bourbon, brown sugar bourbon, a little lemon, a little bit of creamer, a little bit of egg whites. Yes, egg whites. These are things that kind of make your cocktail a little more body, a little more flavor profile, lets you experience everything that you wouldn't be used to, and it gets finished with a chocolate s'more torched garnish. So let's begin. Obviously we have the super cool honey bear. What am I going to build with? I'm just going to do just right about quarter of an ounce of lemon juice, just the bottom. I'm going to add half an ounce of simple syrup. That's going to be followed with half an ounce of lavender syrup that we make in-house. 3/4 ounces honey syrup, because what would a honey bear be without honey in it? Then I'm going to add some egg whites. Keep that chilled. We're going to do that at 3/4 ounces. And then you'll all get a good view here real quick. That was your chance. 1.5 ounces heavy cream. Then the famous turkey, bacon, fat wash bourbon. So we cook the turkey. Once we cook it, we chop it up, and all that bacon that we have, the turkey bacon that we had, and the oil and the grease, that then gets pushed off to the side and it gets married with this bourbon, and it soaks for 96 hours before we use it. That's going to be 1.5 ounces added in there. And this jigger here, the bottom side is 1 ounce, the top side is 2. So I'm going to finish. I already poured up 1.5 ounces. I'm just going to top it off with a half ounce of brown sugar bourbon. Pour that in. 4 dashes Angostura bitters. 2 dashes orange. Add ice. That was smoother than I thought it would be. Finish. Shake aggressively. Double strain it because you don't want those crystals that come through when you shake something and break it up, especially on this drink. It's going to have that kind of like desserty, smoothie, shake type of flavor. And don't forget, whenever you're shaking up a drink, oftentimes you think you got it all, but you want to get the other side of the beaker. You're going to find there's life in there too. Gets you right to the rim there. Where you want it. Once that's complete, come over here, grab our marshmallows. I have a few chocolate chips here that we keep off to the side. This is the part that everybody loves. Just place a slit right on the bottom. Place it off to the side so that people can drink out of it without it kissing them on the nose. Grab some chocolate chips. Anywhere from 4 to 5, or however many you want to go crazy with, is up to you. Place them on the top. I like to put about 6 in there, make a little like star of 5, and then I drop one upside down on top. That's nice one. Get your torch. Get that chocolate worm on top. Melt it down. And then you make your way around and torch that marshmallow. There you have it. Hibernating with my honey, only at Now City Hall. My name is Fabian Raphael. I'm the beverage director over at Now City Hall Saloon. It's been an absolute pleasure. You can find me on Insta at proper_bartender, and of course, Tipsy Gypsy. And always a pleasure doing these with Barside Jive for you here in Texas. Woo-hoo!
Okay, we're back. Hope you guys enjoyed Bree remotely from where is she? Key West, Florida.
Yeah, she's at the
Yeah.
the Zero Fest or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Zero fun, zero music, zero liquor, zero.
Yeah. Sounds like a blast.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, we got Smart Jive Live. You ready?
I'm ready if you're ready.
Let's see what happens when I push this button. Here we go, guys. A little bit of Art Jive Live with legendary artist Brad Jensen. How you, Brad?
I'm doing good. How about you, DC?
Good, man. What's
Good.
going on?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Know what's going on. No, we're just making all sorts of fun stuff tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Chaos is one of them.
Yeah. Never ends, man. It never
It's
ends.
like, who knew that one chord was that important?
I know. I know.
Unplug it,
I know.
So is everything back up?
Yep.
Do we have stuff? Did we have show and tell visuals?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just start talking and we'll see.
Okay. All right. Tonight we thought we would discuss, which is one of my favorites. You're shaking your head no.
I don't know.
It's The Yellow Submarine by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great album.
Great album. And it's basically just a soundtrack. It's the songs from their different albums that they threw on this. And but it was, I think it came out in 1969 is when the animated film came out.
Yeah.
And but all that artwork back then, everything was done by hand, so they had to hand draw everything, hand illustrate everything, and all this was done by. And we don't have a picture of it, do we?
I don't know. Let's see. Here we go.
No,
that's not it.
No, we didn't
that's our
do that.
guest. There we go. There's a picture. And so all this was done by Heinz Edelman. He was born in Czechoslovakia in 1934. And he was a highly successful advertising and editorial illustrator in Germany, England, and the Netherlands. And he was known for combining impressionist, expressionist, and with a sensibility levied with wit, humor, and irony. If you looked at some of his satire he did for the newspapers and stuff.
Right.
And but he developed a distinct graphic style that influenced many artists. And a lot of people think that the artist Peter Max, one of those, Max, is the artist that did all the Yellow Submarine stuff. And that's not true. It's Heinz Edelman. And,
Who would have known?
Who would have known?
Yeah.
And
I
but he
wouldn't have known.
No, and I actually didn't know either. I thought it was Peter, and because he's known for that psychedelic pop art is what it came known to be called, or Nazi. No, not neo-Nazi, neo Art Nouveau, and meaning neo, meaning new. Okay. Sometimes I wish Bree was here so she could take the brunt of all this.
One time I posted this photo, I guess it was Memorial Day, of these Army guys. This is back during World War II, holding a Nazi flag. And
Yeah.
I had people messaging me asking if that was promoting Nazism or some shit. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Those are a bunch of U.S. Army people holding Get over it.
Well, my grandfather, he fought in World War II, and he actually got some memorabilia from over there, some Nazi stuff.
Yeah,
but a lot of people
are
don't
too
know.
sensitive.
A lot of people don't know, but Hugo Boss,
Yeah.
the fashion designer, designed their, I don't want to say, their clothes. The army, the Nazis, jackets,
SS
hats.
uniform.
Yeah, uniforms. That's what I'm looking for. He was the, and he wanted to keep that on the down low. He didn't want anybody to know, but it was Hugo Boss that designed their uniforms. That's why they look so freaking sharp.
Yeah.
And but anyways, we digress. But let's move up to the '60s. And but anyways, he experimented with Heinz experimented with a lot of different styles, and one of it was the. Do you have the other picture? Or you can go back to that one picture. But if you can just look at the way he exaggerated the human form, he gave him
the only picture we've got.
Okay.
So the one with the close-up is
not here.
It's AWOL.
It's AWOL, but he exaggerated the human form, like he elongated the legs and shortened the bodies, and he emphasized other areas. But he was great with watercolor and a lot of ink and a lot of collage, and he also did a lot of he illustrated a number of children's books as well.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't that what happens when you do mushrooms?
Yeah, and that was
right.
There's different terms they were given. It was psychedelic pop art. So I mean, it's all cool. I really like it. I got a barn, one of the barns back on the farm. I'm probably gonna do some stuff on the side with this style. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
At least the cows would be entertained.
Yeah. Well, now I got to tell you guys that. So when Brad sent this to me, he put mine and his.
You don't have that picture either?
No, and that's what pisses me off. And Bree and
you have
Boner,
it on your phone?
Yeah, I got it on my phone, but anyway, he put our photos in the little windows of the sub.
There you go.
And you want to hold that up to my camera and see if, yeah, it's too blurry. Anyway, and so I'm looking at it, and here's our faces in the windows. I'm like, shit. So I said, send that to me again, and let's blow it up. So he blew it up, and then
there you go.
I put it on the USB.
Cool.
I put it on the USB, but somehow it didn't make the transfer. So I hate that. But maybe another time. But
Wait a minute, I got it on my computer.
I just thought it was funny as all get out. What?
I had the photo on my computer.
Yeah, but how are you gonna? Oh, there you go. Yeah. You go the other direction. There you go. That's awesome. Anyway, Brad being funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
All great ideas come as jokes, and this was a joke, and it turned out to be, really good.
Turned out to be a good one.
Yeah, we got to fix that chair. But Heinz Edelman, he's no longer with us, but he inspired a lot of artists in a really cool movement. Call it psychedelic pop art or psychedelic art. But it was great, and go check him out. Like I said, he influenced a lot of. Now you guys might not remember this if you're too young, but back in the '70s, there was a store called County Seat.
Yeah.
And
there
are a lot of their commercials back then with Levi's incorporated a lot of his style, and so he influenced a lot of a real movement back in the late '60s, early '70s with his style of artwork.
I wonder if he was connected to Edelman's Western wear.
Probably not, but that would be some cool if he did.
Could be some spin-offs, some relatives.
Yeah, and the Beatles were into fashion, and so that would have been cool. I won't go into the story how they got in trouble with their fashion. That's for another episode.
Yeah, there you go.
But,
come back for some more Barside Jive Art Jive Live.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that hopefully we'll cover throughout the year about, especially the Beatles. The Beatles, the Stones did some cool album art, and but yeah, so we'll come back with some more. It'll be good. But Beatles was fun. It's Heinz Edelman. Check him out.
All right, Brad. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you, DC.
You done really?
Well, I can go on. I got.
I was getting kind of sleepy.
I got
so let's
lots
go
of
in.
notes. Sleepy, man.
No, I'm just kidding.
Give the gentleman some tequila and he gets the sleepies.
Yay! Those war crimes.
We need Whataburger.
Now.
We need Whataburger.
I'm not sleepy.
No, not yet. But we do need Whataburger. Suggestion. There's 5 of us all here, so
I know.
5 number ones would be great.
Perfect.
Oh, guys, we're back. It's time for my live music showcase. And my live music showcase is sponsored by Hip and Hippie. Hip and Hippie is a planet-loving company known for its high-quality, earth-friendly, 100% recyclable candle line and natural body care products. It's no wonder eco-supporting people love Hip and Hippie, hipandhippie.com. My guest today is Double Vision. Now I can play that photo. I can show that photo.
Now you can show the
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. A tribute to Foreigner.
That's us.
Yeah, we've got Shane. Shane is here with us tonight, and also he brought Dan.
Yes.
Dan's with us. Now, these guys were actually founded in 2010, starting out in Dallas here as an original Foreigner tribute band, and they're actually a 4-piece band, and Russ Contreras has assembled the current lineup of professional musicians. I think he did that in about 2016, and they've continued playing Foreigner, the classic hits, with the passion they envisioned back in 2010. It's actually a 6-piece, not a 4-piece. 6-piece lineup consists of professional, accomplished musicians that have been playing in the music industry for decades. Each member has a minimum of 20, this is impressive, of 20 years experience in the music industry that plays an integral part of this band's cohesion and performance. Every band needs a lot of cohesion. That is something that will definitely tear apart a band, not having cohesion. But Double Vision's goal is to pay homage to Foreigner by playing all their songs as close as possible to the original creators and give their fans the same performance and concert experience they would receive when attending a Foreigner concert. These guys have won several awards. I mean, quite a few awards. So let's stop a minute. Let's fill our eyes with some Double Vision and welcome Shane and Dan to Barside Jive Live.
Thank
Welcome,
you, DC.
guys. How's
Thanks.
it going, man?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Good. It's good seeing you again.
Yeah.
Dan, thanks for coming. It's your first time.
Yes, it is.
Shane's been here before.
Yep, he's the virgin this time.
Yes.
Dan is the virgin. That's right.
And look at him blush.
So I need to pass him the pork rinds.
Yeah.
And how's it going, guys?
Good, good.
Doing great.
Good.
Doing great.
So,
Good.
yeah, when it was funny, when I did my first audition, I did the audition with these guys, and we auditioned the drummer at the same time.
Really?
And out of that audition, we had the local Whitesnake tribute had heard us and talked with Russ after the audition and said, hey, you guys, we want you to open up for a show for us in 3 weeks. So I had like 3 weeks to learn 60, 70 minutes of music.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's a lot of work.
So,
yeah. Wow.
But it seemed like it clicked as soon as we started the audition, and it was actually
clicking.
pretty good. Yeah, it's actually still clicking. We added in the beginning in 16 we were a 5-piece. Russ likes to go out and do his storm chasing thing, so we decided to add a 6-piece so that we can play as a 6-piece, or if Russ goes out, we can still play as a 5-piece.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's really cool. So, man, you guys have won some awards. I mean,
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what's all that?
Yeah, well, MXD has awards that they do. They're a national magazine. A lot of it is regional, but they do get dispersed across the U.S., and they have different categories every year. I think the first year we were out, I think we cleaned up the awards because Dan got an award.
Yeah.
I got an award. The band got an award. I think was there any? I don't think there was anybody else at that time. There's three of us. So
Wow,
and then
cool.
then we
that is cool.
we did the same thing back in I think 2018. We didn't get anything, but 2019 I was back in as I got 2 awards again from them for the best vocalist for tribute in hard rock and blues.
Wow, that's really awesome.
It's quite an accomplishment when
Yeah.
you can get some type of award like that. So
Yeah.
it really picks up your ego a little bit.
Well, it's just a reflection of what you guys are doing. So that's awesome. How about let's take a minute and introduce all the band members, since you are a 6-piece.
Yep. So side of me is, like you said, Dan Nelson. He plays keyboards. We have Jason Green on drums. He's the higher harmony guy. If you ever come to see us, he's the guy that whines like a little kid. But no, he does the high harmonies. We couldn't live without him. We got James Young on bass, one of the sturdiest guys that I've ever played with on bass. He's right on spot, doesn't miss a beat. And then we got Russ Contreras, who was the original founder of the band. So he's started everything. He's doing the guitar work. And then just recently we added Shannon Sharp about, a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. We added Shannon Sharp. He moved down here from Seattle, and he was actually in a Foreigner band in Seattle. So it was pretty easy for us to pick up. We seen an ad on Facebook or somewhere about he was looking to get in the band. He just moved to the area and said he played with a Foreigner tribute. So we approached him and gave him an audition, and the rest is history.
Wow, that's really cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. So you've this current lineup, you've all been together for a while.
The current lineup, we've been together since 2010.
Yeah.
In 2016. So the current lineup's been 2016. So
that's still a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's great. So why don't we give our viewers a little taste of some Double Vision? What do you think?
Sure.
Awesome.
All right, let's start off with this little promo video I got queued up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. And now, Double Vision. Standing in the rain, with his head on low, he couldn't imagine it was so natural. He heard the roar of the crowd, he could picture the scene.
So the idea to do this was Russ's, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Russ, you might be able to give a little bit more background on the early formidable years, because you were in the band from, I think, the get-go, right?
Yeah, early on, yeah. The lineup, it changed a little bit, and because of people's work and other things, the lineup changed a little bit, and Russ wanted to reform it, and we went through a lot of singers. Auditioning, a lot of singers, because you listen to the vocals in Foreigner, you think, oh, that's nice, but you don't realize how hard they are.
Yeah.
First, the lead vocals, they're very difficult. Shane's just one of the best. I was just saying out in the hallway, Shane might not say it, but I will. Lou Gramm himself had said that out of everybody he's ever heard sing his music, that Shane sounds more like him when he was younger than anybody he's ever heard. So when he talked about the audition, it didn't take but a song, half a song, just a little bit into the song. Russ and I looked at each other. We said, that's the one. Mm-hmm. We knew that quickly that he was going to be the guy. And the same with Jason, the drummer. He auditioned also at that time. But went through a lot of singers, a lot of great singers, but they just weren't Lou Gramm.
Yeah.
And or Kelly Hansen. Shane can pull off both, and he's just great. And so went through a lot of drummers also. And it took a little while to find the right one, because as we're saying, there's that chemistry that was needed also.
Sure.
It's not, we had a lot of talented people,
right?
But there's that chemistry,
right?
And actually, we had decided, well, it's just awfully hard, because when you listen to Foreigner music, there's a lot of layers of everything: keyboards, guitars, vocals.
Yeah.
And we wanted those layers of vocals in there also. We just couldn't find the right mix, and then the right chemistry, and the right look, and the right feel. And we got to a place where we thought, well, I don't know, maybe we just should pause and just, kind of just put it aside for a while, or just maybe not do it. We don't know. And that was kind of the last of it. And then just a few days later, Russ had told me, he said, Dan, do you mind, let's do one more audition. I got these two guys coming out. He said, they really want to do it. And he said, after that, if it's not them, then forget it. We won't do it anymore. and Shane came out and he sang. We knew that was him. Didn't take long. Same with Jason, the drummer. We said that's the guy also.
So we were the jukebox hero.
Wow.
You were the jukebox hero. That's it. So
Wow.
that's how it came
You're
about.
it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how it came
awesome.
about.
Yeah, that's very cool. Very cool. So was Russ and you guys just, big Foreigner fans, or was it just you saw a need that there needed to be a Foreigner tribute? What was were you already big fans of the music? Was that one of the catalysts of doing this?
Kind of yes to everything.
Yeah.
Russ originally had started the band, and like Shane had said, and he was the founder of it. And he had a few other tributes going on, and he's done a lot of great work in this area for a long time. Great musician,
Right.
well known in the area, and he liked the music and thought it was a great concept, and people like it.
Oh, yeah.
There's a large audience for that,
Mm-hmm.
and so he didn't. So when the band was having a harder time with folks not having time because of work and other things, so he wanted to reconstitute the band and redo the lineup and keep the band going, and because it was just a great concept.
Yeah. Chicks love Foreigner and Journey.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so who came up with the name Double Vision?
I think Russ did, because that was there before I was in place before I
Yeah.
even
Was it?
joined. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was right from the get-go.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's been the name. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So if you guys could open for any band of choice, who would it be?
I don't know. There's quite a few.
I know.
I mean, if I had to open for a band, my preference would be, and you guys would get a kick out of it, is probably Poison, because the high energy show that Brett Michaels puts on. I grew
Yeah.
up listening to him. I actually grew up about a half an hour, 45 minutes away from where they actually got started in Pennsylvania. So,
Oh, wow.
I knew them as Paris before they came out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought they were from L.A.
Yeah, no, they moved out to L.A. once they got their feet wet in
Right.
Pennsylvania and saw it was going, and they went out there, and they didn't have CC at the time until they got out there. So their guitarist got homesick, and they were having some rough times going in the beginning, and he left, and they auditioned and told CC to learn this set of music, and went to learn the set of music, and came in to audition him. He didn't play a lick of it. He played "Look What the Cat Dragged In," and pretty much like this. They knew that's who they wanted.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, let's play a full-length song here. And believe it or not, I just so happens I've got Double Vision queued up. So, I mean, hey, title track, second album.
Man,
I mean,
how
you
did
can't
that
go
happen?
wrong
What are
with
the
some Double
odds?
Vision.
I know
I
exactly,
know.
right?
It just happens that way on
My
this
lottery
show.
ticket.
So here we are. This is Double Vision. Listening to some Double Vision. Yeah.
Double
a little Double Vision by Double Vision. You know, that song actually, it was off the second album, right?
Yes.
And the song actually reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart for 2 weeks in 1978, behind MacArthur Park by Donna Summer. Whatever. That sucks. Anyway, it sounds like the Grammys.
Yeah.
It's like,
or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Always make a second chair. But anyway, Double Vision became a gold record, however. The song has been a staple of the band's set list since its release. Over the years, Lou Gramm and Foreigner, now fronted by Kelly Hansen, have both used the song as their show opener. So what do you guys do for day jobs?
Oh, I'm a project manager for a semiconductor equipment company.
What the hell?
So you're really smart.
Say that again.
Yeah, I'm a project manager for a semiconductor equipment company.
Slow it down. Bring it down real low. Damn. What about you, Dan?
He's a musician.
I don't have any real skills. I'm a musician, so
all right, that works.
I don't really
we can relate to that. We can't relate to that semiconductor, whatever thing.
Project
you said,
manager.
We can relate to music or art or what about the other guys? What do they do?
Russ, what does Russ do? Pest control and storm chasing. Yeah. He's with Fox 4. Does a lot of
Does
Fox
he
4
really?
storm chasing stuff for them. I guess our drummer Jason, he's a nurse.
Really?
Yes.
Wow,
that's always good to have.
I know, right? Well,
yeah.
You never know when you need one on
stage.
You
never know.
Yeah.
And then James is an IT
guy.
IT.
Another good person to have.
I know.
And then Shannon is a maintenance worker for, I guess, like a forklift company.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, repairs forklifts. Yeah.
Wow, what a variety of career paths, right?
Yeah.
And everybody comes together.
Yep.
Everybody get along?
Yeah, everybody gets along. Everybody has a great time. Getting along, like the cigar you have.
Yeah.
Before or after shows, depending on what slot we're playing, we either are sitting in the room somewhere smoking a cigar, hanging out together.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
everybody gets along.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the furthest away you guys have played?
Pennsylvania.
That's what I was gonna say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Drive up there? Or?
Yeah, from my home, yeah. So we played out the Mock Chunk Opera House. It was, 1,800 building. Mm-hmm. So it was built for that type of music. You really didn't need a lot of power and amplifiers and stuff, but it was a good show. We played there with Kick the InXS Experience, and we actually had the place sold out.
Mm-hmm. Wow! Did you take your plane?
No, I
you didn't fly your own jet?
No, I had to drive the equipment up there.
That's my question.
The rest of us flew. He had to drive the stuff.
He had to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And plus, I had to get up there earlier than they did because I had another radio spot that I had to do on Friday morning up there before the show.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, guys, we're at the part of the show where I usually do this lightning round. I call it lightning, no lightning, because the way it usually works in a lightning round is we throw out questions or words, and then you give us some quick answers. Wow. And then what usually happens, though, because the way my mind works or doesn't work.
Dirty?
It's you'll give a response, and I'm like, now, why'd you say that? And I want to know because I'm curious as hell, and I want to know what the fucking reason is that you said that. So we call it lightning, no lightning, but I've kind of changed it up. So now, what I'm gonna do?
There we go.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get you both to pick a slip out of the bowl.
Gonna grab a bra out of there.
Yeah. And then, Dan, we'll let you go first. You kind of open it up and let us know what your question is.
What is this?
Yeah.
So, Dan, how long can you hold your breath for? I actually know this because I've timed it.
Yeah.
And he's passed out doing it.
Yeah.
I can make it to about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
So that is
really?
That's
do we have the time?
No, we're not.
Yeah, we can do it. We can try it.
Anyway. That's a bizarre question. That's cool though. Very good.
Yeah. 45 seconds. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, 45 seconds.
You don't want us to test you?
No.
No.
just in case.
You don't want to do it
Pass
right
out
here
or something.
right here publicly
Well,
on
if I did pass
Barside
out,
Jive Live.
that'd be great TV.
It would be
so
great.
It would be great TV.
I don't know.
Well, what did you get, Shane?
I got from 1 to 10. How hot do you like your shower water? Well, mine's a dual answer because in the summertime I like it maybe like a 2 or 3, but in the wintertime I like it like about a 9.
Wow. Really that hot?
Yeah.
In the winter?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I couldn't do it that hot.
No, I get
It
in
steams
there.
up the whole mirrors
Yeah.
in the bathroom.
Oh no, I can't do that.
Opens
No.
up the sinuses.
Oh, I
you
can't.
breathe
No, it's
better.
too hot. No,
That's awesome.
No. No, in the winter I'd be like about a
Stretch in
6 or
there.
7.
Do some yoga.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a sucky question. Do another one.
question.
I'll do another one. That was kind of lame. Dan's was all right. Holding your breath. I mean, yeah.
If Tupac appeared before you right now,
Tupac.
what's the first thing you would ask him? Who does he have his beef with?
I know.
Yeah. Right.
Who actually shot you?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Well, that's what I
Yeah.
figured. We don't know who shot him.
was it?
But
Yeah.
who did he have his beef with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Because it was with somebody.
Yeah.
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 I guess we'll never know.
No.
That was That was never solved.
Nope. Never solved.
Wow, man. All right. Well, y'all make sure you put your back for the next victim. That wasn't really as fun as what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
But I guess I should have
good.
culled through and found out some good ones and just left the good ones in there.
Well, here's one if we have time. We got time?
Let's see how we're doing on time. We're getting close, but go ahead.
All right. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Do you put the peanut butter on one slice and jelly on the other, or do you put peanut butter and jelly on the same and then just...
No. Peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other, and you put it together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course,
And then sometimes I add the
Yeah.
third piece of bread with marshmallow.
Oh,
look
wow.
at this.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Creative side coming out, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, never done that one.
See, I got to have it together. Peanut butter and then the
Oh,
jelly.
really?
And I don't use jelly, I use jam because it spreads better than jelly. Jelly just kind of rolls around, but jam is your jam's my jam.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good to
So
know,
that's
Brad.
good. See, a lot of people
Wow.
do that. They put
Yeah.
on either side and then put
Yeah.
it together.
Yeah.
So that's my question I ask.
Well, we're so glad you did.
It's a good go-to question.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a good. It is a good question. I just realized there was another difference between us.
So we need to ask that question. You know?
But
Yeah.
but you
Yeah,
do
we
need
put it in there.
You
Yeah.
do need a sponsor for Whataburger. I didn't see anybody bring us Whataburger yet.
No,
No,
not
but you know
yet.
the
I'm
time. You know, I
disappointed.
know we're getting close, but we still got time. They could still make it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they hurry.
I wonder how many musicians after a show go out to
Oh.
Whataburger.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, there's just nothing better.
No. It is. It's a great burger at 2.
It's
It's really not a bad burger anytime, but it's really a good burger at 2.
Yeah.
I think we
You
just
know.
lost the endorsement.
I hope not.
I hope not
There's
either.
always Taco Casa. Of course, they're not open as late.
No.
Guys, I want to know about your schedule. What you got coming up?
All right, so Saturday or Friday we got a show at Longhorn Ice House in Dallas. So
Okay.
Come on
We'll
out.
be playing there. So if
Cool.
anybody's around, come out and check us out.
Yeah.
Um,
What time's that show?
Show starts at I think 9:00. They have
Opening.
an opening acoustic act before us, and then we play for a 90-minute set.
Okay.
So it should be a lot of fun. This is our first time there, so
Yeah. I've never been there.
3418 Music with Tony Avizano got us the show. So let's blow the roof off of it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Definitely. Come on out.
Good. Be great. Be great. Anything else?
Yeah, Saturday we're supposed to be at Churchill's in Houston. So right after the show we'll get ready to pack
Yeah.
up, get some sleep, and drive down to Houston. And
Wow.
so see how that goes. So Dan will have to pack up his Mick Jones keyboard.
Yes.
Right.
So when they come out, if they look at my bottom keyboard, I'll have 2. The bottom one is actually Mick Jones's stage use keyboard.
Really?
Wow.
His autograph on it. And when we're playing Cold as Ice, that's the preset he used to play Cold as Ice. When
Really?
we're
How
playing,
cool
that
is
was yesterday,
that?
and all those, that's what he used on stage. And there's even one in there still. In 2014, they played on the Jay Leno show. They played Cold as Ice.
Right.
Normally
is
they
the
play a half
keyboard that
step
was
down,
there.
but they played in the studio recording. It was in standard tuning, and on the Jay Leno show, for some reason, they did it in standard tuning. And in that keyboard, there's still a setting that says Ice Leno. That's in standard tuning because that's the keyboard they used on the Jay Leno show.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is awesome.
But it told us that that keyboard's been around the world. And if we got enough time, just to give me 20 more seconds.
Yeah.
So we were doing a double vision rehearsal. I get a call from Greg Rule, their keyboard tech for the foreign production company. He says, Dan, I'm getting ready to send your keyboard out. And he said, I want to ask you a question. I said, okay. He says, Dan, he said, normally when we send stuff out, we get it all cleaned up and ready. And right there, I knew what he was going to say. He said, Dan, do you mind if I just ask you? He says, Dan, can I just leave it the way it was when Mick Jones played it last and it came off stage? I said, Greg, don't say nothing else. Just send it to me with all Mick's spit and sweat and everything else on it.
Yeah.
He thought I was joking. He said, no, Dan, I'm serious. I said, no, so am I. I said, send it to me with all Mick's spit and sweat. I said, it's perfect. He said, no, Dan, I feel it's a piece of history. I said, Greg, I agree with you, man. Just send it to me just like it was. So so Mick Jones played it because he plays from used to play like 4 to 8 songs on stage. Because he wrote a lot of those hooky riffs.
Right.
What they told us was that Mick, when he was home, he'd sit in his chair, and he always had a keyboard next to him. He would just noodle around until he found a little hooky riff he liked, and he would try to work it into a song or a song around it or something. A lot of those little hooky riffs is because he came up with them, so he played those on stage. And those hooky riffs that he played on that keyboard, he played it on stage. It came off stage. He went to the warehouse, and then it went to my house.
That's cool.
So Mick Jones' stage used keyboard, and
that's a treasure.
Tell the story about we took a picture of it. And
Yep, took a picture of it. Well, the first it was funny because first time I went to see Foreigner, I got to meet them and gave my business card to Kelly Hansen. Figured who the heck, he's gonna look at it or throw it in the garbage. One of the two. Figured it would be the latter of the two, but actually it got passed around and got back to Mick Jones and their production company and stuff and their management, and got an email like 2 weeks later with Foreigner in all capital letters on it. I'm like, who the heck's sending me some spam? So I looked at it and made sure it was fine and clean and opened it up, and here it was from Foreigner. Wanted to know if we wanted to get their keyboard.
Wow. How cool is that?
That is awesome that, band like Foreigner would do that.
Yeah, because you hear the other stories. But for those guys to be supportive of what you're doing, and I would think that if someone was mimicking me, I would want I would be just as appreciative that they were honoring what I've created, but I say.
They follow us on Facebook and on YouTube and do still help us out to this day. We still stay in contact. I know I tried to get some of the guys to call in tonight to the show from Foreigner, but they're actually doing a show right now at the Venetian. They're doing their 5-day residency out there.
Wow. Yeah,
so
that's
they
cool.
They weren't available to call in, but on February 5th, they'll be at Will Rogers, and I have to meet them over there. I have to meet Greg. They're actually we're actually going to get their previous tour, one of their previous tours' backdrops to use.
Wow,
that's
sweet. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. That really is, Shane. Tell everyone how they can reach out to you guys, how they can find your schedule, where they go to contact you.
If you go to the easiest way is to go to Facebook. It's Double Vision 4, the number 4, NER, and that's you can see our schedule there. We're also on Bands in Town under Double Vision Foreigner Experience. We do have an EPK. If you go to the Facebook page, there is a link in the About that you can go see our EPK, which takes you to several different pictures and different videos and different songs of us from the time I started through today.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you guys for dropping by.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it.
I really appreciate it. It was an honor
Yeah,
having
great
you
time.
guys.
Great time.
We got some final notes. Guys, besides my Tuesday and Thursday 7 p.m. live shows here at Vocal Studios, don't forget my show in the Design District here in Dallas on Wednesdays from 7 to 8. That would be tomorrow, right? Okay, remember that VocalNow.com is home to the zoo as well as Barside Jive, so download the Vocal Now app from your app store. Also, you can email me, dc@BarsideJive.com. Also, check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live, where I archive all of my shows. I'd like to thank Jay and Jimmy, our production team, for all the work they do behind the scenes. And we appreciate your support of what we are doing here and hope that you'll share us with your friends and followers. And until next time, be kind to one another. Keep it real. Keep on rocking. How about one more from Double Vision?
Rock on.
Awesome.
Standing in the rain with his head on low, he couldn't take it. It was so natural. He heard the roar of the crowd. He could picture the scene. He put his ear in the wall, and like a distant scream, he heard one guitar.
Have mercy.
We'll do our job, you'll do yours.
Maybe there's double entendre in there somewhere.
I just
BarsideJiveLive.com.
That's BarsideJiveLive.com.
The zoo gives you rock for the senses. Lows that evolve into highs that pierce.